I had an epiphany when I was 40, and it really was something of a crisis, but it really shaped a perspective that I then started to take on, life altogether, but failure and change and adapting to change. And as someone that had failed 5 businesses from the age of 20 to 40 and 3 failed careers, I had to deal with failure. And as glib as we get about it now and as cool as it's meant to be in the startup world, it's not, and it's hard. And I think failure or not, and the fear of failure leads to, among other things, leads to the inability to cope with change. And God knows we have to be good with change. So many of us, myself included, spend all of this time measuring our life as this distance we are away from something, as in want that to be happening, but this is where I am, but I'm always wanting that to change. Or I'm on a path I want, but I'm always looking ahead because I'm an entrepreneur, I'm driven, and I'm goal orientated. But the danger with that, as I discovered, is you never actually are in your life, and you're not really living your life. And ultimately those other things, if they happen or not, don't matter as much as whatever is happening in your life, getting embraced. And that same attitude for in business as in life, I think really gave me a perspective on how to cope with change and have the point is perspective, right? And the point is what you do with what is happening. And I think that was really game-changing to me. And I tell that story, I guess, and I like to be really open and raw and vulnerable about failure and about emotionally what it's like, because it is hard, and not just failure, but to lead or to create something altogether as an entrepreneur or a person of business or a creative. That's what you carry with you, and that's hard altogether. And I think it's really important that people get to see that that somebody who perhaps has had a success can still talk really openly and vulnerably about the mistakes and the failures. It is connecting because of the openness and the honesty and the vulnerability about it. And God, I think that's important. It's not a slideshow or a how-to, you know what I mean? It's a story, and it's actually quite upsetting always to tell it, you know what I mean? But and sometimes I think nobody wants to hear that anymore, but I think it is the thing ultimately that connects the most with people in a room. And I get a lot of people coming up to me and saying that it's opened something up. And then I get a lot of people coming back to me months later going, God, that thing that you talked about, I really thought about it, and it's really helped me start this thing or change this life. And I guess that's why I have to keep dragging myself through the pain of that story. But that's what I talk about.